So the back button focus for video, I don't 100% understand it for photography yet, but when I fully understand it, I'll make my own video, because all the videos seem to sort of complicate things, and not to say I'm not going to either, but I'll do my best. I'll take everything from the other ones and I'll have a go myself until I can explain it to a 3-year-old. So for me, I found 2 benefits for video that are totally unexpected and random and just lucky, I guess. Now, let's try and explain them. So the first one is when you're taking video, you can lock a subject, move away from it, or move the frame around while keeping it in the frame. But that subject, in our case, we want it to be a bird, stays locked. Okay, so if the bird flies away and comes back and lands on that post, the camera's not going to suddenly refocus on the reeds or whatever it is in the background. It's going to stay locked in. So let's give an example of that. So I haven't got one of those flashy 700-pound hard drive recorders you can plug into the camera, so it'll all be done through video. Okay, so let's flick to video, and we're going to use that wooden stand out there, which you can see in this clip. It's out in the middle of the water, and it's got enough distance with the area behind it where I can show this working. So if I press record and press the back button focus to focus on the top right hand corner of this wooden stand, and then I move to the right pointing at the reeds, it stays focused on that stand. So if there was a bird on there, perfect, that's what we want it for. Okay, now to show you the difference, I'm going to point the camera at it, still recording, and then move the camera away without pressing the back button focus, and there it focuses on the reeds behind. Go back, and it does refocus back on the wood. Back to the reeds, focus on the reeds. See? So, and I found that really useful. I think one of the most useful times was when I caught a reed warbler and there were reeds flicking backwards and forwards. So the camera was constantly refocusing. I don't know, I was just pressing buttons randomly, I don't know how, and I pressed the back button focus, I heard that bleep, and it stayed on that plane of focus with the reed warbler. Now see, if I use the back button focus to focus on the mallard through the railings, keep my finger on it, my thumb on it, sorry, it will stay focused on that plane of focus. Obviously if the duck moves around too much forward or back, then I'm going to lose it, it's going to get worse, but it obviously works best in a straight line. But as soon as I take my thumb off, it just focuses on the easiest thing, either in front or behind, and in this case it is the railings. And what I'm going to do now is show you the best feature of the back button focus, is just how fast it focuses during video. Now if you shoot video on, well, I'm not sure what it's like with other cameras, especially Canons, but on this particular one, the R7 and the 200 to 800mm, it'd be interesting to hear other people who own the different lenses and cameras to tell me if it's the same. But when you shoot video, especially with telephoto, the focusing is so slow. Like especially if you're following a bird and it goes out of focus, like it suddenly focuses to the background or the foreground, it can take ages to refocus or get the bird in focus again. It is a nightmare. So what I'm going to show you is I've got a good range of distances here, from foreground to midground to the bridge in the background, some trees here. And what I'll do at first is I'll show you the recording with only using the camera focusing on it with its own autofocus, no buttons being pressed. Okay, so I'll start recording now. It's quite bright today, so the camera's focusing is pretty good. Now you see that when I came to the foreground from the distance, it took a good 3 or 4 seconds. Now in the past, sometimes I've had that take 6 or 7 seconds, and I was going mental. Foreground up to the distance. There, did you see that? That took a long time to focus. Okay, we'll just do a bit more on the example front. Oh, hello, Widgeon. So yeah, we'll go down. Yeah, 2-3 seconds. A little bit faster than the last one in the distance. Back down to the foreground. Yeah. Okay, so those are the examples of the camera focusing on its own. So let's see what happens when I press the actual front button, autofocus. See if it makes any difference. Right, we'll start from the foreground. Okay, we're focused in now. We're going to go to those buildings over there. Press the button. Oh, it does not like that. Oh my gosh. That was about 5 seconds, wasn't it? Okay, let's move the lens around a bit. Okay, from there to somewhere closer. A bit faster with the focus on the front button. Fast. Okay, from the distance to the foreground. A little bit faster. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, it's just sometimes sometimes the camera's focus depends if how fast you whip the camera up sometimes. So let's go from the distance again and then go down. Yeah, a couple of seconds. Right. So you can see there's a slight improvement, although on that one instance it took a long time to focus using the front button focus, but I think that would have happened as well if I let the camera do it. Now, let's see the difference when I'm using the back button focus. And you'll hear a little bleep. That's the camera focusing, locking in. So, foreground, lock, background, lock, foreground, lock. Distance, it's immediate, literally immediate. As soon as I press that back button focus. I wish you could see that the actual focusing area comes up. Now, someone might say to you, oh, that's because you've got this setting, etc. I've never saved any settings for these buttons. This is the auto settings for everything. You might be able to change something in camera that somebody said, oh, you've forgotten to do this. But I have seen other people complain that if you leave the camera to autofocus, it just takes ages. And it was just by chance I was wondering what this autofocus back button did, and I was playing with it one day with filming something in some reeds, and I noticed I was locking on the bird. So again, let's see how fast this is. Okay, so foreground, lock, up, lock, and down, lock. It's like instant when you press the back button. Okay, let's go foreground first, and lock, and then over to the, yeah, it's just instant. Yeah. Now see, if I did that, just letting the camera do it. So let's go from this bush to over there. Yeah, takes about a second longer. And here it's, yeah, that's a very noticeable increase by not using the back button focus. And I mean, it's hard to recreate all of the focusing situations I've been in, but let's pick a bird in flight. There are some gulls going around here. So let's pick something relatively large. Let's go that one there. Okay, so that's the back button focus. Obviously, I'm bouncing all over the place because of handheld. Okay, now let's go down and try and get that bird again without using the back button focus. Oh, yep, the camera just doesn't know what to do. It just doesn't. It's just, yeah, it's just. You saw that. It was just looking into the distance, didn't know where to focus. Yeah, so massive night and day difference when you use the back button. Okay, so let's do it again with the back button. And then, okay, we need a passing bird to show, there we go. Yep, it locked onto the bird very quickly. And if it does go out like that, just find the bird quickly, back button focus. Yep, to the background, then catch the bird again. Ooh, where are you there? I'll find the bird first. Oh, there we are. Whoop, having a scratch. Yeah. See, if I tried to take it away without pressing the back button focus, and then tried to go up to a bird in the sky, there's one there. It doesn't want to focus on anything. Yeah, back button focus. It's, yeah, you have to play with it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if you noticed the number of video clips that I get up and successes with birds in flight now because of that background focus. I tell you what, it would be a night and day difference if it was a very grey day, because then the camera does struggle even more with its own autofocus. But the back button focus comes alive when it's low light. So I'm actually giving the camera a fighting chance in these bright conditions. But yeah, it's like I said in the previous videos, for, you know, if there's a bird on a bush there, you can film it and the bird can be moving around back and forwards, and it would just keep that plane of focus. The bird could go up and come back down and still be focused. But if you were just letting the camera do all the focusing, it would focus off on those buildings behind. Yeah. And the other thing, like I said, you've seen in the other examples, if you're filming a bird flying along here and there'd be several of these trees, so it'd be disappearing behind each tree, before it hits the first tree, hit the back button focus, and it would lock in that plane of focus all the way through. So when the bird emerges out of the side of the final tree, it might not be 100% in that, because the bird obviously might be flying at an angle, but for the camera to then refocus, it's only off by maybe a meter or so, and it can do it much faster.